Alright, we're going to talk about turtles. So way back in 1980, was it 7, 88? You got these guys, along with the cartoon. And that's pretty cool. I mean, I remember seeing the comic book, and I know it didn't look very comic booky and didn't quite match to the cartoon and stuff, but it's still pretty cool. I remember Raphael was pretty awesome, so picked up Raphael. So then a couple years later, I got the storage shell Raphael. Now, all these are my original turtles that I've had for 20 whatever years. He's pretty cool. Uses the same body as the first one. Just the back half of his torso was added a hatch, and they gave him a new head. Other than that, same body. I mean, same simple articulation. Just a swivelly elbow and a swivel shoulder, swivel head, and kind of a weird swivelly thigh thing. But it's pretty cool. It is a turtle toy. And I didn't really play with the toys anymore. That's when I kind of turned collector. And then for a while I didn't buy anything. And in 2002, these guys came out, which I thought was a really good blend of the original toy and the comic book. So that was an awesome sculpt, but still the articulation was kind of crappy. I mean, you had a little bit better with the leg, but that's the only joint you had. You had nothing else in the foot or the knee. You just had this weird swivel pivot type hip, nothing in the waist or anything like that. And then you had a ball jointed shoulder basically, and then you had a swivel elbow and a swivel wrist, and then of course a swivel head. And that was okay, not bad. At least he looked cool. At least I thought so. And if I thought that one was cool, then why not just go ahead and get one that's a little bit bigger. Same exact, well, not really exact, but basically the same sculpt essentially. Just he only has a this guy's huge. He only has a swivel head, a swivel shoulder, he has a swivel elbow, nothing at the wrist, swivel thigh, and no other articulation. That was it. Just was there to look cool, and that's not bad. I don't mind that so much. And they came out with the newer computer animated movie, which I didn't pick up any of the other movie figures. I was more into the comic book cartoon style. And I came up with that, and that's kind of cool. It's a little bit more of a kind of like a kid-friendly kind of sculpt, I guess. I don't know. Didn't look very aggressive, but it was cool. Kind of slendered out the turtles a little bit. And then, they had the small ones. It also came out. I think these were 2007. In between there, you also had the baby turtles in 2004. I think it was a 4-pack. But yeah, I've collected Raphael figures forever. And so, I was at the comic book shop, and that's where I picked up the NECA Turtles Raphael. Awesome. Came with display base and accessories, super articulated, and was straight out of the classic Eastman and Laird Turtles. Perfect. And I was like, well, I'm not going to open this guy up. I'm going to keep him for a while until I get all the turtles. So, put this guy to the side. And eventually, I did get all the other turtles. However, I didn't get them all in the original square packaging. I had to go for the cylindrical packaging, which they made a lot more of as far as I know. And even though I paid $16.99 for my first Raphael, if I wanted to buy the same NECA Raphael in the square box with the base and accessories, it would have been like $80 because I just waited too long and kept on passing on him and whatever. So I finally imported this guy from China. Okay. And I'm hesitant to open them up because I'm keeping my square set, just to have as a collectible. They look cool in their boxes and all that. I did get a Mikey and a Leonardo with the base and all that, but I had to get Donatello in the cylinder packaging, and I had to get Raphael. And so I've finally given up, and I'm going to open this guy up and put him on his base. So after a long history of Raphaels, this will probably be my last one. I don't see me buying any more turtles. I mean, I know they got the classic ones coming out. They got the new cartoon coming out. I may pick up the Raphael out of the classic series. Don't really care for the design so much on the new turtles, so I don't know, we'll see. But this may be my next to the last Raphael I ever buy. So I'm going to open him up, and we'll check him out, all the articulation and all that stuff, and we'll put him in with his brothers. So... Alright, so now he's out of his packaging. So probably going to be my last, or next to last, turtle. Pretty cool design. Looks just like he did in the original comic books, except now in color. They also did a black and white version. It looked just like a line drawing. It was the same exact sculpt, just his white plastic with all the black lines colored in, and it looked pretty cool. But nothing beats the good old green and red, brown, tan, yellow turtles. He only came with two sai. Fairly well detailed. I mean, they have like a golden brass colored pommel, you know, a nice silver, not really blade, but basically a blade, and then the detailed red handle. Pretty cool. They fit in his hand either way, either through the fingers or on a regular grip. This grip is a little bit more difficult to get it in and out, but it still looks cool. As far as articulation on this guy, he has a ball joint right at the top of his, underneath his head, at the top of his neck, and like a pseudo type ball right there at the base of his neck. Has a pseudo ball shoulder, swivel bicep, single point elbow, has a swivel and I guess pivot, rocker, wrist. No waist articulation. He has the pseudo ball hip, double jointed knees. It's got a swivel, or actually like a rocker pivot ankle joint, and it's just a great sculpt. I mean, it really pays homage to the original Eastman and Laird books. All the turtles have the red bandanas, just like they initially did. His belt is kind of squishy there, so this is the front portion of his shell. You can kind of store his sai on the sides, like that, but pretty cool. These guys are easily a 10 out of 10 for me. The only downfall was that the collector market, secondary market really drove the prices up on the original square packaging, so I couldn't really economically finish off the base. So that's alright. I still got all 4 turtles. I didn't get the April O'Neil. I think there was a Shredder too that came out, also the San Diego Comic Con exclusive Mousers. So that's kind of neat, but just really needed the turtle. Yep. So, since I only had 2 pieces of the base, I just already figured out a way to make them all fit, pose-wise. And there they are, all 4 of the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And these guys are just 10 out of 10. I mean, they have great accessories, great detailing. If you got the first edition ones, you really got your money's worth. And then the ones later on, they're still okay for the price point, but I would much rather would have had the bigger base. Even though they all fit on here pretty well. You know, it's a good display, but... There we go.